they instigated me as a clown in their circus for their own benefit, for their entire own benefit. No benefit to me at all. I got nothing good.
Ngayon, pag-uusapan natin to. Ito yung magandang side ng social media. Bakit? Ngayon maririnig natin si Fine Barnett. Isa to sa mga nireklamo sa Raffy Tulfo in action. Nireklamo tapos hindi nakuha yung talagang side niya. Hindi siya napakinggan ng maayos. So ngayon, maririnig natin yung full side niya.
Hello, good evening, attorney.
Hi there, I can hear you. Good evening. Yes, please introduce yourself.
And
Yeah,
good
we have
evening
people
to all
watching
of your...
us.
I know. You have a multitude of subscribers and a lot of viewers, and I am very thrilled to be here talking to you, somebody of pure brilliance when it comes to legalities. Superb and impeccable character. No, it's true. It's true. You know, people don't tell you this.
You don't have to say that.
A lot of people I've seen the vlogs out there. The narrow-minded people, who give negative comments against the things you're doing, and you are doing a fantabulous job, attorney. You keep it.
Very much.
You are the true epitome of what.
Today.
You are the true epitome of what a truly deserving lawyer is. No, you are a monumental, good reflection of what an attorney should be and is. So more power to you, attorney, and to your show and to your subscribers. Hi, everybody. My name is Fine Barnett. I was the lady that was slam-banged, ambushed in the middle of my regular quiet day by the Raffy Tulfo in Action Wanted sa Radyo show without informing me what was to be discussed, what was to happen. I was put on air without being notified that there was a show in progress. I had no idea what was going on. I only realized a little bit into the conversation. I was given the impression that I would privately be talking to an attorney named Sam Ferrer. Private conversation.
To make it more interesting, let's start from the very beginning.
How
did they contact you?
My phone started to ring. I was in the midst of doing tasks, and it was from a number that was unknown. I didn't know the number, so I didn't give it much importance. And then a text came in. A text message came in, simply saying that this is from Raffy Tulfo in Action po. Can I call you po? Miss Digna is in our office. So I figured, this is the respondent that we are suing. My mother and I are suing in court, and she's at an office. Nothing was mentioned that she's at our studio or she's live on our broadcast. Nothing to that effect. In an office. So I thought it's an office, and the conversation would be taking place between an attorney who's listening to this woman in the office and wants to get my side of things privately.
So pagkatapos niyan, you received the text message. They called again. Tumawag ulit sila.
Oh, yes. They called. So I took the call because I'm hiding from nobody.
How did they introduce themselves? Anong sinabi nila?
There was just a woman who hastily said to me, Miss Fine, ito kausapin po ninyo si Sam Ferrer, attorney Sam Ferrer. And the next thing I know, that lady who talked to me so quickly like that, it's that quick, disappeared on me. And I was left to continue saying, hello? Because I didn't know anymore who I was talking to. So if you watch the video, I'm actually in a quandary saying, hello? Because I thought attorney Sam was a man. I thought it was short for Sammy or Samuel. You have to understand, I don't know who Sam Ferrer is. I don't watch the Raffy Tulfo show or any of his shows. So I was unaware that was even the schedule of when their show airs. Had no idea what it was all about. I am well aware that he's not somebody who a lot of people take credibly. All right? And
so paano in-introduce ni Sam Ferrer yung kanyang, attorney Sam Ferrer yung kanyang sarili? How did you start talking?
I said, hello, hello. And then she says, before that pala, she was even inquiring, si Fine, is this a sir or a ma'am? Which is
Si Sam Ferrer na to.
Yes, this is Attorney Sam Ferrer. She was asking her fellow staff mates, I suppose, on the show, this fine person, I mean, is this a ma'am or a sir? She was gonna talk to me and she doesn't even know if the person she's going to be talking to.
Sa dami ng staff ni Raffy Tulpa, sa daming staff ng RTIA, di man nila nabanggit na kung ano yung background itong ni Fine. Gender man lang, di man lang nila nabanggit, di ba?
Is male or female. Should that not have been one of the first things you would find out about the person you're going to be bashing on air?
I guess that's how they treat their guests, right?
So I'm like, how well did this person do any research on anything? I wasn't asked about anything in regards to this. And these people want to verify things on air. Instead of talking to people behind the scenes first, getting the actual story, seeing the documentation, seeing the evidence and the proof, so that they don't make fools of themselves on their own show. You know, they put somebody right there they knew nothing about. They didn't even know if I was female or male. And then they get a surprise, right? So here's the funny thing. No, they have no idea. So I think they were taken aback or rather surprised. I honestly think that the person who went there, the one we are suing, my mother and I are suing, did not intend for them to be able to talk to me on air. Because the number apparently that they called me on came from her. All right? It came from her.
So surprise yun, na-surprise sila.
They were surprised because this woman knew that that number in particular of mine was destroyed. Because there was a point in time it wasn't working properly. So she thought, I'll give them this non-working number so that they won't be able to call her and it'll look like she's evading their call. So lo and behold, I answered the call because like I said, I am not hiding from anybody. So I answered the call and okay, let me point out to some of your subscribers who may not know proper etiquette when addressing a question that is given to you. When you are approached by somebody who wants to ask you something, you will take the cue from the language that that person starts off with. All right?
Okay.
So she started, it was Attorney Sam who started the ball rolling in talking to me, correct? So when she asked me...
Yung binabanggit niya ngayon, yan yung elementary pa lang, naturo na sa akin yan. Sa amin, nung elementary, tatandaan ko. Kapag tinanong ka ng Tagalog, Tagalog ang sagot. Pag English yung tanong, English din yung sagot. So, ganun din sa sa conversation. Pwede mo nung i-address na pwede pong pag di mo kayang sagutin ng English, pwede po bang can I answer in my language, in Tagalog? Ganun. In a respectful way, di ba? Pero non-issue. Skip natin yan.
Correct? She started the ball rolling by talking to me in English of choice. Sige po, go ahead. No problem. Kaya ko yan.
Sige. Okay. Go ahead. Tuloy. Sorry.
You don't understand. I don't know her. I've never seen her, never watched her, never heard her whatsoever. So I will give her the benefit of the doubt. She asks me the question. She starts the ball rolling with this whole conversation, this whole discussion in English. It would have been rude for me if I answered her now in Filipino. Because I figured it's her choice, right? What language do you want me to answer you in? Whatever language you ask me a question in, I will answer you according to that language. Because I'm not going to be rude. How would I know? Maybe for all I know, she doesn't speak Filipino. Wouldn't that be rude on my part to answer in Filipino when she asked me in English? So I presume she must be good in English. So I will answer her questions in English. Had she started the conversation in a way that was, magandang hapon po, Binibining Fine Barnett. Maaari po ba ako magtanong sa'yo? Kilala po ba ninyo si Binibining Gig na Ogaban? Okay. Di sana nakapagsalita ka in Tagalog, hindi ba?
Tama mo yun.
Natin po, attorney? Yan po ba yung parehong natin pinag-uusapan? Yan ba yung babaeng idinidemanda ng nanay ko at saka ako, nasampaan na po namin ng korte, dahil siya po ay sinungaling, manggagansyo, mangloloko. You know, it sounds so bad in Filipino, but that's how I would have answered had she initially asked me in Filipino. But she started the ball rolling in English. So it's ironic that in the end, siya pa ang magsasabi ng walang English siya.
Naging issue.
Naging issue lang mag-English, hindi naman ako, di ba? Sumunod lang naman ako sa iyo eh. Ginawa
Naging
lang
issue yung Englishan tuloy. May
Diba?
9 na tuloy, may 9.
All of a sudden, the issue.
Yun yung time na kung saan nagmoral din si Atty. Sam. Pag napanood nyo yung video nun, ewan ko kung na-delete na ni Rafi sa page ng Rafi Tulfo yun. Pero meron si Atty. Libayan nun, nung nakuha niya yung video na yun kasi nila-live niya yung nung hindi pa na-delete, nilive niya. So, panoorin nyo na lang doon sa YouTube niya kung saan nagmura si Atty. Sam. Minura niya tong si Fine dahil nga nag-i-English.
Now revolves around the fact that I happen to speak good English. And that now has become a crime. That has become my sin. In no constitution, attorney, do I know that the speaking of a certain language called English is punishable by law, is a crime, or is a sin of any type. Am I correct, attorney? Am I?
You are correct when it comes to to the laws of the Philippines. Pero pag laws of Rafi Tulfo in action, hindi natin alam kasi may iba't ibang batas sila doon eh. So nakakatakot talaga doon.
No, it's scary. You know what? That territory is scary ground to navigate or to step in. And
Totoo.
Kasi
I found out firsthand.
Before you continue
Yes, sir.
Yeah, before you continue, doon lang ako nakakita ng isang talk show kung saan, o isang show kung saan yung mga guest mo, yun yung mga binabash mo, pinapahiya mo. Usually, if you ask a person to appear in your show, like me, for example, ikaw nandito ka, di ba? I'll give you the respect that you deserve, di ba? Pero doon hindi. Babastusin ka talaga pag nag-guest ka doon. Kaya hindi ko alam talaga kung anong klaseng show yun. Tapos kung anong batas yung mga pinapairal nila doon. Kasi sobrang balintad, di ba?
I'm not even an attorney, and yet I know my basic rights. I know the basic laws because as a human being and as a citizen, you cannot go through this life realistically, not knowing how to conform to what is right and what is wrong in accordance with what governs all of us equally. Dapat walang pinipili.
Exactly.
There is no favoritism. Everybody must abide by the law.
Tama. So let's continue. Pagkatapos na kayo nag-usap, tapos English, yung bungad niya, sumagot ka ng English, di ba?
Yes,
Anong sinabi sa'yo pagkatapos nun? Were you talking? Did you know anything? Were you informed that you were on air?
Not at all. And like I said, I don't watch their show. I have no idea what time it airs, how it airs, where it is viewed. I don't know any of this stuff because I am not a patron. I do not patronize the Rafi Tulfo in Action program, network, or show. All right. So I was talking now, explaining my side, thinking that it was a mere private conversation between me and this attorney Sam Ferrer. When
so all the time.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. All the time, you thought dalawa lang kayo?
Yes, sir. I thought. I was under the assumption that it was a private conversation, one-on-one with an attorney.
Tapos ano nangyari?
As I was speaking and going on, I realized there was something wrong with the connection. It was not a clear and vibrant line. So it gave me the impression that I think she might be recording. It sounded like there was a filter, like a certain buffer, that the volume of my voice was being coursed through. So I thought maybe she has me hooked up, the cell phone or the network or something hooked up to some form of recording equipment. So I merely thought that at the time that I was speaking, I was being wiretapped. I was being recorded, merely recorded, all right? And then it dawned on me because I said then to her, now, wait, are you recording this? That's why the first question I asked is not, are you broadcasting this?
I watched that,
I just assumed, an attorney, it's bad enough, right? If you're going to simply record a private conversation between somebody and another person that one party that's being recorded is not aware of, is not made aware that it is being recorded,
Yes,
correct?
exactly. Tama.
That's merely an audio. That's merely some form of audio recording between two people. But it's even worse if it's broadcasted live. It's being broadcasted.
Exactly.
So I
Yeah.
asked.
It's not
I
supposed
said,
to be recorded, and it's not supposed. Well, much more, it's not supposed to be broadcasted because your consent was not obtained, di ba?
yes, exactly. Not only was my consent not obtained, I was also not even informed that I would be put on air. So how could I even consent to
Grabe.
anything? I wasn't informed. I just figured in the name
Grabe
of
ah.
truth, this attorney wants to know the truth as opposed to whatever this Digna person is telling her in her office. So I will just share my side of the coin so that
Mm,
whatever she's telling that are lies. Take note, attorney, the very
yeah.
first thing I said is she's a liar. All right. Among other things that I
I,
said, she is a liar. I'm well aware of that. So my hope was to bring truth and enlightenment to
uh,
this attorney in her office, as opposed to the things that were being concocted by Ms. Digna to her. But I did not know
uh,
that I was going to be slam banged on live network television and radio and YouTube and Facebook. Had no idea. Here's another thing, attorney. As the
mhm.
whole show was going on, I did not have access to a television. I didn't have access
Okay.
to being able to watch it on a live feed because I wouldn't even know how to access that channel. Because like I said,
Exactly.
I'm not a patronizer of the show, so I don't know, right? So had I known
Mm-hmm.
and had I seen my picture that had been stolen by that show from my Instagram account and plastered right there
Mm-hmm.
without also my consent, without them even informing
Oh
me,
my
oh, by
goodness.
the way, we've already branded your face for the public to be able to identify you. Even if you are not a criminal, you don't have any charges or
That's
crimes
sad.
against you. Where you? I didn't know. I didn't know. So I was already just a little irked. All right, that they were under assumption, right, that they are merely recording me. I thought it was just a vocal recording. So I asked. I said,
Oh my
if you listen to
goodness.
what I said, you're not informing me. Are you recording this? And then the retort of the attorney was to inquire with her staff. Staff, did you inform Miss Fine? So of course now it triggers something in my head. Wait. What do you mean inform Miss Fine? So I should have been informed pala about something, correct? So I'm thinking, oh
Yes.
wait, this is already beyond. I think this is already beyond mere vocal recording.
Ang ano pa diyan, ang nakakatawa pa diyan. Nagalit si Attorney Sam. Tapos binanta niya pang magkita na lang sila sa court or kakasuhan na lang to si Fine. Kasi sinasabi ni Fine doon na show me the proof na meron siyang consent na magpa-record or i-live broadcast, na kung saan sinasabi ni attorney sa meron silang proof na kung saan may consent siya, 'di ba? Pero pag panoorin niyo yung video, doon na trigger si Attorney Sam. Kaya ano no, nung mga ilang minutes noon after that, na nag-mute na sila. Minute na si Fine. Hindi na siya pinagsalita. Hindi na nakuha yung totoong side niya.
I think they might actually be broadcasting this or possibly recording it for a later broadcast. Because I have no idea what their schedule is, right? So I asked, wait. Inform me about what? You can hear from my tone of voice that I was caught off guard. I wasn't informed. And yet they kept insisting something that would save them from any responsibility by trying to force. No, we told you. The staff said they told you. Here I am. I'm the one actually telling you. You didn't tell me, and it's so obvious you
Exactly.
didn't. And you're forcing
Yeah,
your
actually,
own. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Go
if I
ahead.
can interrupt you kasi it's very obvious naman doon sa discourse niyo, doon sa pag-uusap niyo na nobody informed you. That's why you were asking. Tapos ngayon eventually
Exactly.
sinabi ni ni Attorney Sam na in-inform ka daw ng staff niya. Pero based doon sa sinabi mo, it's very sad, no? Nakakalungkot lang na they attack people that way. Kasi nga,
Yes, sir, they do.
pag titignan, nobody knows. Like me, for example, I haven't been to Raffy Tulfo in action. Hindi ako nireklamo dyan. Lahat ng mga tao dito, most of them, siguro hindi nireklamo dyan. They don't know what happens behind the scenes bago ka isalang doon sa Raffy Tulfo in action. So, thank you for clarifying na ganyan pala yung ginagawa sa iyo. Isasalang ka na lang basta-basta, tapos bahala ka na sa buhay mo, sila, pagkakakitaan ka na lang. Ganun ba?
Yeah, exactly. They instigated me as a clown in their circus for their own benefit, for their entire own benefit. No benefit to me at all. I got nothing good out of this whole experience, all right?
Tama.
So what happens now is she's pressing and pushing what she wants to make it appear to her audience live. No, Miss Fine was informed. Obviously, I wasn't informed. So what they do, they take me off air. I disappear off air. But take note, attorney, I'm not aware that they took me off air at this point. I don't know, right?
Well, let's repeat that to the people who are watching, because we featured the video here, and Attorney Sam asked you to be muted. And you didn't know. Hindi mo alam na mute ka pala.
Had no idea, attorney. Attorney, I was on
nangyari?
From start to finish of that show, I was on the telephone line. I have the call log to prove it. They made it appear like I put down the phone and that I ended the conversation after I was muted. Truth be told, while that entire episode was running, I was talking nonstop. And there was someone on the line texting me like, okay, sige, continue talking. Like giving me the impression that I was actually being heard on air in defense of myself. So at the end of the show, I didn't feel so bad because I thought, well, at least I was able to say what I wanted and they gave me the option to be heard on air. It was only later on when I was able to find out how to acquire the replay of this episode that I realized, oh my goodness, throughout the entire show, the entire latter part of the show, as I was continuing to talk and talk and talk, and I was being led on.
Oh my goodness.
There was someone saying, yeah, sige, go. Oh, continue, just say it, So here I am explaining, wasting my time, wasting my voice, wasting my reasoning skills, trying to explain my side, when all this time I wasn't even being heard anymore on the show.
Grabe yan. That's not only unfair. That's bastos.
Yes,
kasi
it is.
All the while, akala mo, you were explaining your side. Yun pala, hindi ka na pinapakinggan.
Yes,
doon
I had
hindi ka na on air. Ang ginagawa lang nila, pinagsasalita ka para magkaroon ka ng impression na you were defending yourself when in fact, minute ka na.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Oh
and
my
another
goodness.
thing, sir, during the
That's
first time
unfair.
that they took me off air, actually, sir, if you take a look, if you really study the video, the original video, not the new version that they released, which is edited to the point that they really made it out to look like I am the criminal, I am the bad entity in this whole
that's what they do.
that we started. If you take a look at the original one, listen to it carefully.
Ito yung ginagawa talaga nila. Ito yung nakikita ng viewers, ng mga subscribers ni Raffy Tulfo in action. Na ito yung mali. Ito yung kalaban. So, dahil nga hindi narinig yung side ni Fine, siya na yung mali dito. Siya na yung naging mali sa mata ng 23 million subscribers. Or kung ilan man yung views ng video na yon. Ewan ko kung na-delete siya. Try natin hanapin.
Carefully. Whoever is the one responsible for zoning in and out my volume.
Try nyo palang hanapin.
You'll see I was actually talking straight throughout the entire video because there are lapses. There are places in there where the volume all of a sudden accidentally gets put up and then it's all of a sudden faded. But I'm in the middle of conversation. I'll give you an example. There is a part where Attorney Sam says, she shouts into the microphone, "You neglected your mother. Okay, that part, all right? You neglected your mother." If you listen carefully, before she starts saying that, up the volume, listen in the background. You'll hear me say, Digna Gogaban owes me and my mother a lot of money. And then they zone out the volume. There are a lot of hanging questions, all right, because I was not given the chance to air my side, which in itself is biased, rude, arrogant,
That's so
considering
biased,
that considering that they were the ones who called me. I didn't call them. I don't know their number. I don't know their show. Why would I call them for anything? And it's weird. I've read some comments saying, "Oh, pasikat ka, gusto mo kasing sumikat eh, kaya ka tumawag doon." For the information, I didn't call them. They called me. If I wanted fame
Nobody
and
calls
fortune,
Rafi Tulfo in action.
if I wanted fame, attorney, I would have a Facebook account. I don't. If I wanted popularity, I would start my own YouTube channel. I don't even have a YouTube channel. I don't do anything to make myself popular. All right? Whatever I have to do for media, for guestings, for hosting, for PR work, that is in line with my work, with my job. And I was painted out to look like some sort of money grubbing leech that is living off of my mother. And my mother is very much saddened and angry at the results of this. She has found out about the comments from people, things like, "Oh, they can't even pay 5,000 pesos worth of rent." I wasn't even given a chance on the show to say that Digna Ogaban swindled my mother out of 180,000 pesos. Why in the world should we pay rent when she hasn't paid back a single centavo of that? When it was promised that she couldn't pay it back in cash, it would be then deducted month on month, 5,000 every month from the rent. But then when I said, it's gonna take 36 months, right? That's gonna take 36 months. So approximately 3 years. I want to pull my mom out already. If I pull my mom out, she can't rob my mom anymore. She can't break into my mom's room.
Exactly.
She can't swindle my mom out of more money. Attorney, it's like this. I was in the process. I have all the documents to prove this, all the videos. I'll give you a little insight into what happened. They make it appear like I abandoned my mom. I did not leave my mom. I have never left my mom. Anybody who truly knows me, my closest of friends, the people I work with, know that I love my mom, the highest zenith possible. My mom will tell you that, as a matter of fact. I did not leave her. I went to get the rest of my things. All right. This is what happened. I was pulling out my mom. I had already leased. I had leased a new studio apartment just to move out all of my mom's things and to move my mom out as well. All right. I had already moved out a lot of things. You can even see the apartment. The things are all there. The lease contract is intact. I'm paying all of the rent for that. When I was on my way back to refold and reorganize and arrange, as you can see the room, it looks like it's in shambles, but it is not. Those are the things I was in the process of fixing, arranging, segregating, separating, packing, folding, etc. Which after the first batch of things that I had already packed and moved in the van to the new place, I was now going to go back, repack more things, and then have the van bring it back again. But when I went back, hindi na po ako makapasok. Digna Ogaban changed the lock on the gate. And she refused to give me a key to it or let me in. She refused to give my mom a key for it to get out. So she locked my mom in. That's what I said on the video. She locked my mom in. She locked me out. I tried everything desperately to get in. But I am a petite little lady. And she is big and bulky. And she has her sons there with her who abuse my mom as well. I could not get in. That's why she herself says. She says, yeah, she made sama all these police. She went to Station 9, Station 10, Camp Karingal, etc., etc. Of course, I had to go avail of the police to help me go in so that they would tell her, you have to let her go in and give her mom food and everything. Digna Ogaban wanted my mom to die. It was my mom's birthday. She wouldn't even let me go in to give my mom cake and a little pancit and little palabok. Can you imagine? So every time I would have to go deliver food, it was an ordeal, attorney. I had to go to the police stations. And then certain police stations refused to help na. So I had to transfer to another police station. I even filed complaints with the Human Rights Department over these entities. who were refusing to help my mom in this situation. I have all this documentation. So I went back for my mom over and over, but they wouldn't let me go back in. So I did not leave her. She herself admits it. I kept having to bring the police with me. Why would I have to bring the police with me? Because they were the only ones who could get her to open it so I could see my mom. She wouldn't even let me stay for a long time. I couldn't even hug my mom. Can you believe
Nagalit
this?
nga
And
sila sa police yung ano, the Rafi Tulfo in action was angry there with the police and the barangay because they will not help Digna daw.
No, they wouldn't help Digna
Yun yung
because
sinasabi
she's the
nila doon.
culprit. She is the perpetrator of the crime. That's why no one's
Yung
gonna
pala
know.
baliktad kaya hindi siya tutulungan kasi siya yung gumagawa ng masama.
Like she said, I'm the one who is in. As you can see, attorney, if I was the one committing the crime, would I have the guts to go and ask the police to help me? Of course not.
Of course. Yeah.
I had to go.
Sobrang weird talaga nun. Pag panoorin nyo, kaya please panoorin nyo yung video na yon. Kung saan humihingi ng tulong. Ang sinasabi kasi ng Digna, gusto na nilang ibabalik na nila. Pinapakuha parang pinapakuha, ibabalik. Iba kasi yung wordings ni nung nagreklamo. Iba yung mga yung mga word, yung ginagamit niyang words na ibabalik, pinapakuha niya na kay fine. Nilapit na raw nila sa lahat ng sa barangay, sa mga police station. Hindi daw sila ini-entertain. 'Di ba? Ang weird. Teka, magbabalik ka lang naman ng nanay, ba't hindi ka nila tutulungan? Ibig sabihin, meron siyang hindi sinasabi na in details. Bakit ano yung sinasabi ng mga police, ano yung sinasabi ng mga barangay, bakit kanila hindi tinutulungan, bakit hindi kanila i-entertain, 'di ba?
Oh, it got so bad that I even had to go to Camp Karingal. I had to go to Camp Krame. Do you know?
Nakikita mo talaga. You will see really how biased Rafi Tulfo in action is. Because sabi nila, nagagalit sila. Bakit yung police hindi...
Tapos, kakampihan ka nung abogado ni Atty. Sam. Pag napanood yung video, meron pang part doon na nalilito si Atty. Sam sa mga sinasabi nung tinutulungan niya nung nagre-reklamo.
Hindi tumulong. Bakit yung barangay hindi tumulong? Syempre, ikaw ang humingi ng tulong kasi yung isang tao na nagreklamo gumagawa ng masama. Obviously, hindi tutulungan ng pulis yung taong gumagawa ng masama. Ngayon, galit si Rafi Tulfo in action dahil hindi tinutulungan yung gumagawa ng masama. Anong klase yan?
Here's another thing, attorney. Throughout this ordeal, Digna Ogaban broke down my mom's door. My mom has 3 locks on the inside of her door to keep her safe and protect her, all right? Digna Ogaban kicked open the door about 4 to 5 times while being watched and accompanied by people from the barangay. So when I show up, because my mom calls me on the phone, please come here, they've broken already into my room, they're inside my room, I don't know who these people are. So I have to go run and tell them, you can't do this is breaking and entering, you're trespassing already. And then the barangay, these barangay women tell me, yeah, we didn't break and entering. It was Digna who kicked it open. We didn't. Yeah, but I tell them, you're watching as a crime is being perpetrated. You are now accessories to this crime. So then they leave. But she had already broken down the door again.
Broken.
So
nagagalit siya dahil umalis yung...
Yes, sir. So I have to reattach now the locks that have been taken off from my mom's door. Because my mom now tells me, no, we will file this in court. I want the court to actually see the predicament of what's going on here. I want them to feel. She goes, no, it's okay. Let's see how this works out in court. Ayusin mo yan, go to court, file this and everything. All right. Then what Digna does now.
That's why you filed the case.
Yes, sir. And then Digna cuts off my mom's electricity to the room. All right? So, all right. My mom says, I don't have any more electricity. It is sweltering hot in the room. I don't have any electric fan. And I can hear from my mom's cell phone as she's talking to me that the Tiladigna and her friends are laughing hysterically outside of her door. You know, that my mom doesn't have any electricity. And my mom is saying, how can I contact you in case of emergency if my cell phone dies? So, you know, attorney, what I had to do, I had to inquire with the townhouse that's located right beside the room where my mom is located. I had to rent the entire townhouse just so I could have access to my mom at that small area by the window through the townhouse to give
That's
her
hard,
food,
yeah.
give her an
Okay.
extension cord for electricity. And then when Digna and her group of boarders, she's running a boarding house there, which by the way, she has no permits to do. All right. Even the barangay said that she should have registered that business of hers with the barangay, which she did not. Anyways, when she found out that apparently my mom is existing because I'm the one renting the townhouse at the side and giving my mom food and what she needs through the window, Digna had her sons climb up on the roof and nail the window shut with
Oh my
chicken
goodness.
wire, with grills, right there where the food is supposed to be given. So if this woman cares for my mother, why would she deny her access to food and shelter and clothing yeah, because I also give my mom new
Then
clothes to the
and
window
why
to
deny
change.
access to you? You're the daughter.
Exactly. And I have witnesses who can prove, as well as video, exactly how brutal this woman has been to my mother. If you talk to my mother, she has poked my mother in the eye with the stick. I can show you that video as well. You want a part 2, a part 3 of this, attorney? I can fill your I can fill your vlog with so much information. It will make the people who think that the complainant on that Tulfo show, it'll make them cringe with disappointment,
So
realizing
you have
that
videos of Digna abusing
lots.
your mother.
Yes, sir. Lots of it. I have also videos of her transgressing in my mom's room. Robbery has also been charged against her. Trespassing, grave threats, malicious mischief. Here's another thing, attorney. After having broken down my mom's door so many times, this time, which I also got on video, she now takes off the whole door. She unhinged the whole door.
Okay.
They chiseled off the entire door, including the latches on the side. So now my mom is open prey to the atrocities that this Digna Ogaban, her sister, and then her sons pull on my mom. So new cases actually are being filed for another cases of robbery.
So
Because when,
this videos that you are talking about, ano,
yes, attorney.
these are evidence that you will be showing in court, no?
Of course, attorney, yes.
Siguro ano na, so for us not to ano naman to violate the sub judice rule. Let the court decide on the videos na lang. Pero it's good that you told the people who are watching us
Yes.
na yun nga, you have videos to prove. That's why you went to court. That's the proper way to go about things, 'di ba? To go about
Attorney.
conflicts. Kasi tignan mo yung nangyari.
Yes.
Yes, continue.
No, do you see? I don't even have to ask you what this is called. You know for a fact that it's sub judice, correct?
Yeah.
And yet I asked this of Attorney Sam. I said, what do you call it when you're talking about details on air that are already filed in court? She couldn't even answer what it's called, let alone does she
Maybe
know
she
what
doesn't
it
want
is.
to answer because they do it a lot of times. They don't want the court to they don't want to leave the issues which are in court already alone. They want it to be discussed in their show because that's how their show runs. That's how they make money in their show. Like discuss cases, discuss stuff even if they are filed already in court.
No, attorney. People should make money off of legalities, not illegalities. Nobody
Exactly,
is
I agree
above
with
the
you.
law. Nobody is above the law. I don't care if you are the senator, vice president, president. Nobody is above the law. First and foremost,
Yeah.
the law is what guides and what makes us a civilized country, both in the eyes of man,
Exactly.
in the eyes of God, and in the eyes of the world. What kind of example are we setting for the youth and for the other individuals who know nothing of the law by presenting them with misinformation and misguiding them
Agree.
with wrong advice, with wrong
Yes.
knowledge? We are growing a
Well,
civilization of barbarians, attorney. If that is the case, if we
Exactly.
are to learn our lessons from that show, we will learn nothing. We will go back to being brutes,
Tama.
to
I agree
uneducated
with you
idiots.
100%.
There is something wrong with that, attorney. That's why I feel absolutely blessed you exist. All right? Not just you. If I may take the